Hi there, this is Tariq Haj and it's beautiful night again with me. This is Night Economy. I hope your day has been awesome, your day has been beautiful. It's good to be here once again, and I know you are going to be learning today what I call the mathematics of the rich, because the rich has mathematics to their own game. So let me see who's going to be joining me tonight. As usual, Idris Salami, thank you for joining. Thank you for being punctual. It's a good habit to always be on time. This is 9:18 p.m. Nigeria time. And Mr. Bayo Lawal, thank you for joining. Thank you. Tonight we're looking at the mathematics of the rich. The rich has math, and the rich love math, right? So the point is, if you understand the mathematics of the rich, you are going to be seeing things in a very different way. And tonight is my goal to show you. Thank you, Mr. Bayo. Thank you. To show you how to begin to put these things into perspective. And so let me see who is joining us today. Do not forget to share the video. Do not forget to put the names of friends on the timeline so that they can see the video. At some time they will wake up in the morning, and some people wake up in the middle of the night and they will just burst into the video and they will see things happening. And so it's going to be quite interesting to just share this video with people, and I tell you, they will come back to you and say thank you, because it's truly worth it to be able to do things of this nature. All right. A few days ago, I read a statistics that was quite interesting by, that this is 2024. This video is produced in 2024. And the statistics says that the population of Lagos is going to grow by 10 million in the next 10 years. So no matter what the population of Lagos is right now, 10 years from now is going to be adding 10 million to the population. What that means is that every single year, if you're going to be looking at it, it's going to be adding about 1 million on the average. Now, if you think things are now a little bit expensive in Lagos, or if you think house rent is now quite expensive in Lagos, just put on your seatbelt. Things is about to get more interesting. But this is it. There is a two side to that equation. There is a two side to that coin. And what is the two side to that coin? It depends on the side of the coin you choose to focus your life on. You can either profit from it, or you can complain about it. So most people don't know how to use trend. And so is that trend going to be absolutely accurate? No, because it's not what we call an hard trend. It's a soft trend. And so when you also look at the population of Nigeria or the population of Lagos as of today, you will see a lot of difference in all of these things. But why did I say that? I'm saying that because you need to begin to think as the rich. You need to begin to think as the wealthy. You need to begin to develop the mindset, the skill set, and the kind of a tool set that the wealthy truly use. So tonight we're looking at what I call the mathematics of the rich. So the rich has a mathematics, and if you have ever read my book, The Real Estate Cash Flow Machine, you will find it somewhere. You will find a topic somewhere, a chapter rather, somewhere in the book. Yes, I hope so. Yes, chapter 6 of this book is called The Mathematics of the Rich. And it's quite an interesting read. This book has literally changed the life of a lot of people, and you want to be part of it if you have not read it. But let me put a little bit of trick to this tonight. It's not just about real estate in particular. It's about what kind of math do you need to begin to do in your life that will change your life. So let me say this first and foremost. When you become number wise, you unlock your financial genius. I will say this again. When you become number wise, you will begin to unlock your financial genius. And what does that mean? It means simple thing. If you're very sincere with numbers, you will discover that numbers does not lie. So we may lie about the numbers that we are getting, But numbers on its own does not lie. So if you go follow the accuracy of numbers, you will realize that your financial genius will be unlocked. And for instance, your life, you must know what your freedom lifestyle number is. Now, this is a number that most people never know in their life. They are working and working without knowing what exactly they are working for. And the paradox of life is that you can keep working and keep working without knowing what you're working for. Now, this is Friday, and people will say, thank God it's Friday. The question I'm asking them is that I don't just say thank God it's Friday, and it's not a bad thing to say thank God it's Friday, but I say thank God it's today, because each day is a blessing. Either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Guess what happened? But people work for Friday. But if you want to be successful, you have to stop working for Friday. You have to start working for freedom. I need to put it on the comment. Work for freedom, not for Friday. Put it on the comment. If you can hear me, put it on the comment section. Work for freedom, not for Friday. Work for freedom, not for Friday. All right? And what happened to most people is that the best opportunities in their life will have shown up on Saturday. But because they are working for Friday, when it gets to Friday, they begin to wind down. But you see, you are not working for Friday. You are not working for Friday. You are working for freedom. Because you see, weekend is about 105 to 108 years old. And most people don't know this in history. There was no weekend before. Weekend was created. And weekend was created so that more money can be spent. Because there was a time before Henry Ford. Mr. Henry Ford was filing for a policy in America where people can take the weekend off, most importantly Saturdays. Before that policy was passed, people worked Monday to Saturday and people rested on Sunday, because Sunday is then being considered as a Sabbath. And so they rest to recuperate, they rest to think about things about their life, because everyone must have a Sabbath. Because what is the meaning of Sabbath? The Sabbath is the moment when you rested so that you can reflect on the 6 days that you have worked. If there be any error, you can rectify. All right, so the essence of the resting is to rectify if there is any error, so that your next week will be more productive than that. So weekend. So we have weeks. We don't have weekend. So the year is divided into weeks. It's like, but people created weekend. Why was weekend created? So that people can spend money. Don't you notice that you spend more money on weekends than on every other day? Why? Because if you are not working, you are spending. If you're not working, you are spending. So most people, they want to make sure on public holidays, what happened to you? You spend more money on public holidays than you spend when you go to work. Why? Because when people are chilling, they are spending. So this businessman realized that people work in America at the time, and they are producing cars, and nobody's coming to test drive the cars. So they use the palm of the money they made so that they can tell the House of Commons and all of the people at different places just to pass a law. Let the people take the weekend off. And so by Saturday and Sunday, people could, as well on Saturday, they are home. They could then go for the test drive. They could do all sort of things. And people get to go for more shopping. They go to the malls. They go to the supermarket. They go to the ghost stores. They go to all of those places. Doing what? Spending money. So weekend was created so that money can be spent. But this one most people don't do. Most people work for money. Most people work for Friday, but they don't work for freedom. And so they never get to be free the rest of their life because they don't even know what they are working for. And when the purpose of a thing is not known, abusing it cannot be escaped. So most people literally are working for things they don't know they are working for. So freedom is not what most people are working for. Weekend is what most people are working for. Fridays is what most people are working for. Because if you're working for freedom, you will have a number for it. So I call it the freedom lifestyle number. Now that is how the mathematics of the rich begins, because you must have a number. You must begin to look at yourself. What does number mean? It means that how much is it for my life to be funded? How much is needed every single week, every single month for my family life to be funded? So if you know what it takes to fund your vanities and frivolities, you can then begin to finance them. Now, most of us today, we are financing our frivolities and all of these things with our lives, and it's not going to be funny. So in the mathematics of the rich, one of the things that you need to understand about time and money is this: time flies, but money never sleeps. Time flies and money never sleeps. Time flies and money never sleeps. If you get what I'm saying, I need you to put it in the comment section. Time flies and money never sleeps. Time flies and money never sleeps. You see, this is what you need to understand. I want to say something, and I need you to digest it for a few seconds. It is a life slavery when you have to keep working to pay your bills for the rest of your life. It is a life slavery when you have to keep working to pay your bills. Now remember, I did not say to stop working, because you are not designed to stop working. By the way, humans were not designed to stop working. Stop working, but we can stop working for money. But we're not designed to stop working, because we're not necessarily supposed to work for money for a long time. We're not. We're not designed to stop working, but we're not supposed to work for money for all the rest of our life. So this is what I say. It is a financial slavery when you have to keep working to pay your bills for the rest of your life. Round your head around that. Because what you produce supposed to produce is. What you produce supposed to produce, I beg your pardon. What you produce supposed to produce. So if you work, the money that you work for is supposed to work for you. Is a part of the money you work for supposed to work for you? If a part of what you work for is not working for you, you cannot get to your rest. You cannot get to your freedom. So you must have freedom lifestyle number. Most people don't have the number. So until you are number wise, you cannot unlock a financial genius. So you need a freedom lifestyle number because it's very important to you. Now, because most people don't know this number, most people don't know what the number is. So they wake up in the morning and they just go to work. Let me tell you, and I need you to take this very seriously. One of the easiest things to do in this life is to become financially free. I want to say this again. One of the easiest things to do in this life is to become financially free. I dare to say this all the time. I can make anyone to be financially free in 3 to 7 years at maximum, no matter the level that you are now, if you're willing to do what I say. But you know what happened? Most people are just busy working. They are never working. They don't know what they are working for. So you need to know what you're working for. And the paradox is the larger part of our population around the world, they're working for Fridays. They're working for weekend. They are not working for wealth, neither working for freedom. So they work for Friday and weekends. They never work for freedom and wealth. So the question I want to ask you today is that what are you working for? Because this is part of the mathematics of the rich. It is a life slavery, lifestyle slavery. When you have to keep working to pay your bills for the rest of your life. It's called lifestyle slavery. And this slavery happens to most of us. We get so much addicted to getting money that we are never committed to creating wealth. So most people get addicted to getting money. They get addicted to waking up 5 a.m. They stop by the Starbucks shop. For the people that live in the Western world, you wake up in the morning, you dress up every single day. Sometimes you feel excited on Friday, you feel sad on Sunday night. That is a lifestyle slavery. Why are you feeling so? Because you have to do the work. You have to do the work because your bills depend on it. And guess what happened? You have been doing this for a long time. But I won't say this is your fault, but perhaps you have not been exposed to this understanding, this concept. And so don't take this lightly. And that's why your friend may need to hear this. Your friend may need to watch this. And that's why you need to put their name in the comment section and share this video as many times as possible. It is lifestyle slavery when you have to keep working to pay your bills for the rest of your life. So, part of what you earn must earn for you. Part of what you make must make money for you. You have to produce something that can produce something. Because this system is how you get free in this life. Now, let me say this to you, and it's going to interest you. Money won't make you rich as long as you wake up and you have to work for it. Money won't make you rich as long as you wake up to go work for it. Money can be a tool that you can use to get rich, but money itself will not make you rich. Money addiction is excluding people from their dreams. A lot of people have been excluded from their dream because they are addicted to money. There's something called MA, money addiction. You know what happened? Most of the people in the world are addicted to money. We are addicted to money getting. Yeah. And money getting, money making ruins a lot of people's life. Because they're not working for freedom. They don't understand the mathematics of the rich. And so when you understand this model and you know how to begin to put this into practice in your life, you will understand that one of the financial foolishness tests that we all have to carry out in our own lives. And I see people display this financial foolishness every single day. What is that financial foolishness? You can carry out a test. No matter how much you make, if you spend it all, you are financially foolish. And I'm not saying that, I'm saying that respectfully to you, not to disrespect your intelligence. But this is what most of us display in our lives. We are displaying financial foolishness anytime we spend all that we earn. And this is what you will hear people say. They say, Tade, that money is not enough. You're spending it off does not make it enough. But not spending it off can make you create more than enough. Did you get what I just said? You're spending it all does not make it enough. You not spending it off can make you create more than enough. Because to him that have, more shall be given. To him that do not have, that which he has shall be taken away from him. It's an absolute law. That means that every time you spend it all, you are sending a signal to the universe that you are willing to romance penury and poverty. Every time you spend all that you earn. Every time you spend all that you earn. Because to keep is to reserve. And to reserve is a signal of growth. So when you don't reserve anything in your business, you spend all the money. I used to be like that when we started our business. When we empty the account, the first 2, 3, 4 years, 3 years of the business, you will empty the account. There are times we don't even have money to pay the salary of the team members in your organization. We're just being stupidly zealous. And that is the kind of a zeal that can destroy your destiny. So to spend it all is to be romancing foolishness. Never spend it all. I don't care. I don't care how much you earn. But I also care how much you earn. Because no matter what you earn today, you can earn more. What about if your monthly income becomes your weekly income? What about if your yearly income suddenly becomes your monthly income? And how do you need to do that? You need to build a bigger skill because money follows skill. Money follows skill. We create money via skill. So the better the skill that you have, the more money that you are going to make. For instance, do you know one of the skills of money making is courage? One of the skills of money making is clarity. One of the skills of money making is speed. Money loves speed, man. So you need to build a skill of speed. There is no easy money, but there is speedy money. There is no easy money, but there is speedy money. If you want to be wealthy, you must learn how to make a big amount of money in a short period of time, legitimately and credibly. These are the mathematics of the rich. The rich understand that. If you want to make more, you can spend it all. It happens to nations. Nations don't have reserve. It happens to countries. It happens to states. It's a poverty habit for you to spend all the money that you make. It's a poverty habit for you to empty your account. No. Oh, you say, this person came to me and she needed a help, Lord, and I just feel like we just help him. No, you are not helping him. They say you are nice, but the word nice means to be idiotic in behavior. So you need to change that attitude because it's not helping you. Emptiness of your bank account is traumatic to a human's brain because you see, it sends survivor, it sends an hormone of danger in your brain. Is traumatic. So don't spend it all. Always reserve money because reservation is a symbol of growth. All right? So don't be addicted to money. Be committed to creating wealth. So what happened? Do you know your freedom lifestyle number? Do you know the numbers? People don't even know the numbers. How many sales do you need to make for you to have break even in your business? How many sales do you need to make? You have said you are going to make a particular amount. So you sell something. How many sales do you need to make to be able to make 1 million? How many sales do you need to make 100 million in a month? Have you done the math? Ooh, Hada, good to see you tonight. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me quickly catch up with a few of you, man. Rachid Sadiq, thank you for joining today. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Penny Shelters, good to see you. Tawhid Olalekon, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Go Solar. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Mr. Anthony, good to see you. Oh, my brother, Mr. Dioye Laulua, good to see you. Good to see you. Morrison, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Oh, Barrister Baye, good to see you. Good to see you. Once again, Mr. Lawal, Bayo Lawal, good to see you. Mr. James F.A., good to see you. Adas Murphy, good to see you. Do not forget to share this video. It's one of the good things you can do for other people. Share this video. Put the names of people in the comment section. If you share this video, the algorithm favors the video and more people get to be here. And by the way, if your friends have invited you to join me today, do not forget to press the follow button because it's going to do a lot of good for you. One of the best paid to be on the internet today to transform your life is to follow Tade Cash. And because I share the journey with you, I share the life with you, and I don't hold anything back from you, all right? 1 hour of a moment with me, it's 2 million. And so most of the time I invest almost 1 hour with you. So I'm literally giving all of you about 2 million in my time space every time I come live to share this moment with you. And so I need you to help me to help all the people. There are people in your timelines, there are people on your page, they're your friends, and the way they can see the wisdom that we are sharing together is if you put your name in the comment section or you share this video. So when you share this video, more people are going to see it. And if more people see the video, it's going to help more people. And don't know, just a line of what I just shared may just transform someone. Don't be addicted to money. Be committed to creating wealth. Most people are not committed to creating wealth. And this is what I need you to know. Money loves math. Money loves math. Money loves math. So you need to do the math. Most people don't know the math. What do you want? How many sales calls do you need to make? Oh, how many times do you need to make the call? Do you know the statistic have says that strangers don't get to pay attention to what you're saying until they hear you about 9 times. They have to interact with your ideas about 9 times before they can get to know you. So if you're trying to sell to strangers and you don't do the numbers right, you will get tired because you thought you have make a post about twice and nobody is responding to you and you just think nobody is buying what you are selling. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Money loves math. So what do you want to do? You want to be mathematical. Money is a mathematical certainty. So money loves math. And so you need to understand the math and you need to do the math. Let me tell you this. If you do the math, you will know what to do. If you do the math, you will know what to do. You want to make sales? You want to make 100 million. You want to raise $1 million for your business. What do you need to do? What is the math? How many investors do you need to get into the deal? Because the more you grow in your business life, the more you realize that you can't just depend on making money to a scale. You have to learn how to raise money. So most people don't learn how to raise money. They just want to focus on making money. But go check all of the businesses in the world that has gone into several billions. This is what they do. They either raise IPOs, they raise private funding, and all of those things. Why? Because the wealthy don't just work for money. The wealthy raise money. Because raising money in your business is not a sign of failure, it's a sign of success. It means that you are expanding and you need to be helped. You need more funds to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that are provided to you. What about that? So, do the math. If you do the math, you will know what to do. If you do the math, you will know what to do. If you're selling a product that is 1 million, how many of that product do you need to sell for you to close on 1 billion? 1,000 pieces of the product. So if your product is 1 million and you want to make 1 billion, you need to sell 1,000 pieces. If you want to sell, if that is all you want to make in a year, it means that you will need to sell less than 100 pieces of this product every month. So the moment you can sell less than 90 pieces of this product every month, guess what is going to happen to you? You are going to hit your target of 1 billion in a year. So if you want to do 2 billion in a year, that means you need to make sure that you sell 1,000 products in 6 months. That means about 150 products must be sold of 1 million every single month. Now, what are the strategies you're going to use to do that? So, number 1, your offers have to be great. Number 2, you have to get the people that will be interested in your product. That's your lead. And these people that have raised a hand for your product, you have to get a particular level of percentage of them to buy the product. Now, if you don't do that much well, your life and your business will suck. Your life and your business will become an headache. Your life and your business will experience economic malaria. And that's what happened to a lot of people. Do the math. Because you see, money loves math. You need to get that. Money loves math. Because if you don't do the math, you just sit on the mat. Right, so let me see. Yes, you need to do the math. You need to do the math. You need to know how to do the math of the worst case scenario. What is the worst case scenario? It says, if you look at what you want to do, you would look at the things you want to take advantage of, and you ask yourself, you follow the math of worst case scenario, you say, oh, what is the worst thing that can happen if you take up this idea? And you look at the worst thing that can happen. Look at it. Most people focus on the best thing that can happen. No, that's not how to take advantage of an idea. You take an advantage of an idea by positioning yourself and looking at the worst case scenario framework. It's called risk minimization. So how do you go about risk minimization? You go about risk minimization by following the worst case scenario framework. How do you do the worst case scenario framework? You ask yourself, Oh, I want to raise this money. What is the worst thing that can happen if I raise this money? Be sincere with yourself, right? So you list the things that can happen when you raise this money. What are the worst things that can happen when you raise this money? Because this will happen in wealth. Expect the best but prepare for the worst. Most people expect the best but they ignore the worst. So when the worst happens, it worsens their life. Let me take it easy now. Most people expect the best, ignore the worst. Then when the worst happens, it worsens their life. Because you see, it's called risk minimization. Worst case scenario framework. So what's the worst thing that can happen? By the time you look at the worst thing that can happen, guess what happened? Many years ago, someone wanted us to invest into something. And when the investment was made, money was leveraged. That means the money was raised by someone else. And then I asked a question. What is the worst thing that can happen if this investment go bad? Oh, the money will be gone. So how can we protect the money? So the people that are managing the investment were asked to put some money into real estate as to hedge the investment so that we can also be in control of the money. Now, let me tell you, they did it. Eventually, the investment went sour. But I never bothered. Why did I bother? Because I'm covered. Why did I get covered? Why do other people get bonds? They get bonds because they never look at the worst case scenario framework. They never do that, so they never minimize their risks. It is only the insane that take risks. The sane one manage risks. Okay, so I don't avoid risks. I don't take risks. I only manage it. Because that is why when you go to a banking, financial institutions, there is no risk-take department. There is rather risk management department, because risk is meant to be managed, and for risk to be managed, it has to be measured. And it is what is measured that can be managed. It is what is managed that can be monitored. It is what is monitored that can be improved on. So think about that for a nanoseconds. So that happened. So a friend of mine came one time. He came and she wanted to consult with me, and we sat down in a restaurant, and she told me about how they were investing money into this cryptocurrency. She has raised money from people in the tunes of billions. And I was like, oh, really? And I showed her the mathematics of the worst case scenario. I said, what's the worst thing that can happen? I said, what's the worst thing that can happen? I said, what about if you take some of this money and buy an asset that can be worth the exact amount of money that the people have put in there? Many people don't know the reason why they buy insurance. You see, you're not buying insurance. You're not buying insurance to make money. You're buying insurance to put you at the state that you were before you went on the adventure. So you buy insurance to protect your state, your position, not to rather increase it. Because you see, it is easier to go from grace to grass than it is to grow from grass to grace. It is simpler and easier to go from grace to grass than to grow from grass to grace. Therefore, when you begin to experience grace, what you want to do is to protect yourself from grass. Most people don't understand that, and that is the idea of a worst-case scenario. Now, this is how it works. If you ask yourself the question, what is the worst thing that can happen from this deal? And then you see what all that can happen without lying to yourself. Because there is any position in life that is worse than being poor is when you lie to yourself. So don't lie to yourself. And then you look at it and say, can I stand it? Can I take this when it happens? And if you can genuinely say, if this happened, I'm still very, very okay, then you can go ahead. No matter what anybody says around you, you should only make your decision from a point of a worst case scenario. Expect the best, but prepare for the worst. You see, when you prepare for the worst and you can stand it, then it's no more the worst for you. People can look at it from the outside, but for you, come on. Live the life, my friend. Live the life. Live the life. So what does that mean? Worst case scenario. Do you think about the math of a worst case scenario? What will it happen? What's the worst thing that can happen to you? Now, if I'm selling, I do the worst case scenario with the prospect. Because it's about decision making. The reason why most people don't buy things, not because they don't want to buy it, they're afraid of making the wrong decision. So I showed my people, my work is to help you to make a right decision. So I say, what is the worst thing that can happen if you don't buy? What's the worst thing that will happen if you buy? Now, if you buy now, what's the worst thing that can happen? And if the worst thing that can happen, if you buy now, you can still stand it. Guess what happened? Go ahead and buy. What's the worst thing that can happen if you don't buy? And if you look at the worst thing that can happen if you don't buy and you can't stand it, excuse me, do the buying right now. Do the buying right now. You know, so when you put into yourself, this is the mathematics of the rich. The rich always do the worst case scenario framework. The worst case scenario framework. Because I'm not in the business of taking risks, I'm in the business of minimizing risks. And let me tell you, there is only one thing that minimizes your risks. It's called knowledge. Knowledge minimizes your risks. So if you have the right knowledge about a thing, you have minimized your risks about that thing. So when somebody tells you, you know, I want to pray about it, I want to meditate on it, I want to think about it, ask them, what is the worst thing that can happen if you buy now? It helps people to gain clarity. Because if you look at the worst thing that can happen and you can stand it, therefore go ahead and do it. But if you look at the worst thing that can happen and you can't stand it, then come on. So what is the worst thing that can happen if you don't start buying assets right now? What's the worst thing that will happen if you don't subscribe to the real estate, to Closers Bootcamp in July and learn how to begin to generate more leads than you will ever need in your business so that you can make more money than you will ever be able to spend? What is the worst thing that can happen if you are clueless about how to generate the leads, if you are clueless about how to make the sales? What is the worst thing that will happen to you in the next couple of months? Can you stand it? If you can't stand it, guess what happened? All you need to do is to go to the comment section and put there, closer, or come into my DM and just close your seat because the seat is selling out. But that's the thing that you need to do with your life. What's the worst case scenario if you don't properly raise your children? What's the worst case scenario if you don't build your own house now? What's the worst thing that can happen if you take all the money that you have now and you pour it into your business and you don't have any reserve? What's the worst thing that can happen? Can you stand it? Okay. You know, COVID taught us a lot of things. And COVID, one of the things that I learned through COVID is how to anticipate the problem before they show up and prepare yourself for it, that even when the problem shows up, you will still be in a good position. Let me tell you, house rent is going out of normal in Lagos right now. Houses are going out of normal in terms of pricing. The inflation is favoring the owners of buildings. And people were living in a particular homes before, but now the prices of everything is changing right before your own eyes. You have moved into a place because you thought the place was cheaper, but right now the prices of things has changed. But think about it. Think about it. What's the worst thing that can happen if you're not getting better with your economy? What's the worst thing that can happen? What's the worst thing that can happen if you're not able to pay your house rent? What's the worst thing that can happen? Now, are you preparing for this thing? Wow. This is how you are able to make the right decision. And this is the mathematics of the rich. Money loved math. It's a wealth has a mathematical side to it. Okay? And you also have an emotional side to it. So you need to understand the logical side and the emotional side. So for me, this is what I say. It is not about what the people say. It's not about what the people say, but what the number says. Oof. It's not about what the people say. It's what about what the number says. I've seen investment. I've tried to want to make an investment, and everybody says, ooh, 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 ooh. They're talking from their head. They're talking emotionally. And I go back to the number. I look at the worst case scenario, and the number makes sense to me. And I went ahead, and every one of them came back to me and started hailing me afterwards. Why? Because the number makes sense. They were not seeing it, but I saw it. So it's not about what the people say, it's about what the number says. Why are you buying the asset? What does the number say about the asset you're buying? In 10 years, guess what happened? It has been stated that the population of Lagos is going to grow by 10 million people. Do you think Epe is going to be far in 10 years' time? Do you think, we're working on a project right now called the PG Investment Plan. And if you can take advantage of it. It's almost sold out. You start seeing the work. We have this project somewhere in Ikotun, Lagos. And we bought this property about 4 years ago. When we bought the property, we used a compare strategy like we know. We are the only company in Africa that I know that use a formula to buy asset. We don't use emotion to buy asset. We use formula, and it's called the fortune under your feet strategy, or what I popularly call the compare strategy. All right, so we bought this asset, and people are like, oh my goodness. Now, this asset that we bought 4 years ago has grown by almost 500% to 700%. How has it been? Because when we bought the asset, we started using what we call the forced appreciation strategy. And when we started using the forced appreciation strategy, along the way, and this is truthfully speaking, we started doing the drainage, we started working on doing the road. Along the way, the government of Lagos State came and they decided that they're going to do the entire road. And they started the entire road from Ijegun axis, coming to the Abaranjẹ, to the Okerube, where our estate is. Now, as I'm talking to you, they have filled the entire road. They have done the drainages. And now we are working on the side. A plot of land has grown from what is just a minimum of 3 to 4 million in the last 6 years to now 13 million. But this is what happened. There is no land anymore except the one that we own, about couple of plots of the land. And then the last few months, I've asked some people to come, make an investment, buy into this deal. Instead of buying the 30 million, I said, I need 10 people that can buy this deal for 10 million, 500 square meter. But I also realized that it's not everybody that could have this 10 million. And I'm not assuming poverty for you. I'm just taking responsibility. And I've said, okay, I'm going to break this thing down to 50 square meter each for you to be able to make investment into it, 1 million. And then I'm going to put this 10 people together, or 5 people, 6 people together. And in 18 months, we are going to sell this asset for you for 20 million. That is about 100%. Guarantee. Why? Because the land in the area now, the present benchmark value is 30 million that people have even sold. So what does that mean? The area has totally developed. Now, someone will ask, so all you need to do is, what is the worst case scenario? We are filling the land. We have already commissioned the people. We are filling the land. They are working on the logistics from Thursday. My engineer told me from next week, Wednesday or Tuesday, according to what he said in the office yesterday, he's going to start filling the place. So what's the worst case scenario? You can use your 1 million to learn how to transform and make money, while you also become part of our ecosystem. Some people watching today have bought, 10 slots, which is 1 full plot of the land. They even make a schedule of payment. There's someone that bought 2. They bought 20 slots of the 1 unit. There are people that buy 5 of it. Why? Because you need to understand that life is about risk minimization. So today, a few days ago, Precisely 2 days ago, I was on that site. And I saw the massiveness of the area. The government have totally transformed the community. You know, they have and I posted a few days yesterday, and I was not trying to be political, but when the government of a land is doing something very lovely for the people, we should talk about it. We should only not just talk about the bad things they are doing or how they are not responding. When they also respond, please give them some flowers. And so I'm giving Lagos State government that flower right now. They connected the entirety of that road. They connected the same road now to Lasso access. They built a bridge to Lasso access to Yanoba, and then they connected it to this. The economy of that place is going to be extremely booming. There are shopping malls there. There are filling stations. I've been told a bank is coming there right now. A plot now, a room self-contained is already going for about 300 to 400,000 there. By the way, someone told me, and I went to check it out. Someone is doing shortlets in just 2 streets away from where our estate is. And he's doing a room self-contained for a night for 50,000 and a room and parlor for 75. Guess what happened? It's always sold out. I mean, there is huge opportunity. You follow the compel strategy. Now, that's why we bought when we bought. The worst case scenario. Some people look at me when I was buying and I see this money just pouring these hundreds of millions into this thing. But remember what I told you. It is not about what the people say, but what the number says. Do you know your number? Because you see, it's the number that creates the wonders. It's the number that creates the wonders. If you want to have financial wonders, you need to understand your financial numbers. Most people don't. They are so ignorant of the numbers. So the mathematics of the rich is that you must understand the numbers. You must know the numbers that matters. You must know the numbers that matters. In your business, you must know the numbers that matters. You must know your lead generation numbers. You must know your lead conversion numbers. Because you see, you must know the kind of offers you are making. What offers do you need to make? What do you need to collaborate with the numbers for this thing to work out? Now, these are the things that you need to start thinking about. Because if you're not thinking about these things, it's not going to work for you. So, I also said there are 2 kinds of health. There are 2 kinds of numbers. There are 2 kinds of health that you must consider when you're making investment or you're dealing. That's how the world they think about this thing. 2 kinds of numbers as far as your health is concerned in investing. Have you ever thought about that? It's in my book. It's right. I wrote it here. But I'm going to explain that to you now. There are 2 kinds of health. There is economical health and there is emotional health. A lot of people don't consider the emotional health when they are investing. What's the sense of investing and making money and you're losing your peace? So I tell people you must have economic prosperity and emotional tranquility. Both of them must be synced for you to truly. These are the 2 numbers that most people don't pay attention to. I call them the 2 kinds of health that you must have. The numbers of health that you must have when you are investing. You must have economical health and you must have emotional health. You need economic prosperity together with emotional tranquility. Most people never put this into consideration. Peace is better than more. Think about your peace. Think about your peace, okay? So it's better to stay out of trouble than to get out of it. Because getting out of trouble is quite expensive, my friends. So you need to put all of these things into perspective. The rich always think about numbers. So, the other numbers is you need to think about the numbers as far as money is concerned. So this is what I call it. There's a fake number and there is a real number. The fake number is the imaginary numbers. Oh, you know, if you do this, we're going to do this. No, I don't deal with the fake numbers. I deal with the real numbers. Because the real numbers tells me you make money when you buy. The money is in the deal. So the deal is the money. So I deal with the real number, not the fake one. And when it comes to investing, you can't fake it to make it. It has to be real for you to make it. So if it's not real, you can't make it. Because in investing, you can't fake it to make it. Fake number will take away your peace and it will take away your advantage. So you don't want to deal with fake numbers. I have been a victim of fake numbers in my early days of doing real estate, investing, apartment, buying assets, working on emotion. You see, when it comes to investing, your emotions have to be on the shelf and you have to think economics because economics trumps emotions. So I tell people, then if you want to buy an apartment, somebody says, what about that if you want to buy an apartment? I tell you, you must combine both of them. Bring your economics to the table and your emotion. You want economic prosperity and you want emotional bliss. You want to live in a place where if you choose to sell it, it can give you more money. And you can also find peace where you are living. So you consider the two at the same time. But if you have to choose one out of the two when it comes to investing, you only choose emotional tranquility as far as your own, where your abode is concerned. But when it comes to investing, economy trumps management. Economy trumps management. What is the economy of your business? Do you know the numbers? How many products do you need to sell? When I was growing up, I've told this story a couple of times. There's this woman in our area that sells rice. She sells beans, cooked one. And people usually troop to this woman's place to buy food. A lot of this food. This woman sells so well. But you know what I learned? Every time she's always hoeing. Every time some of the vendors, some of the people that have given things to her on credit, when they come, this woman don't have money to give them. Two things were going on. Some of her children, some of the people working with her, they are stealing her money. But secondly, she was selling the product without knowing the exact number. She did not know the exact model of how she needs to sell the food. She was just busy selling. This is what I learned from my early days of observing that woman. But then I was able to put the wisdom together as I get older. And what is it? Selling alone does not make you rich. If you ignore volume without margin, it's a form of marginalization. So many people are literally fascinated about the volume. They are not thinking about the margin. So I tell people business is not a game of volume, it's a game of margin before volume. Volume is good when you have sorted the margin. But thinking about volume without margin is just making your problem to be voluminous. And many people's problem is voluminous because they're thinking volume without thinking margin. How many plot of land you want to make 10 million naira commission? How many plot of land do you need to sell? What kind of land do you need to master? Where can you find these people? What offers do you need to make for them? How do you generate the people that would buy this product? How do you get some of these people? What are the numbers? If you know your numbers, you will know what to do. But you don't even know the numbers. You are only depending on hope. Come on. Think about these things. How many leads do you need to generate? How do you get the people to come to your car shops? How do you get the people to come to buy your product? What are the things? What are the things that you sell that sell the thing? Most people want to sell the product, but they don't know that for them to sell the product, they have to sell the thing that sell the thing. Most people just want to sell the thing. And because they want to sell the thing, they end up thin because nobody buys the thing. Because they don't know you. So what do you want to do? You want to first sell the thing that sell the thing. Let's sell the thing that sell the thing. Let's sell the thing that sell the thing. I'm creating a company now that will make about $1 million every year. But guess what happened? That company is a membership business. That company is selling the thing that sell the thing. So if they sell the thing that sell the thing, it's not going to work. Because selling is not an event. Selling is a journey. And that's why I want you to come to the Closers Bootcamp in July this year. You're going to be learning how to generate the lead. You're going to learn how to convert the lead. You're going to learn how to do follow-up. You're going to learn how to get people to want to buy what you are selling. And if you've been struggling, if you've been wondering, you truly want to know how to sell. But the question is, sales brings the money. But before the money comes, there are processes and steps and moves that you need to make. I'm going to be showing you how to do that with all the people that will be joining me in that moment. The program is 150,000 naira, and you want to be there. You can pay the money in a gradual process. You can literally do 50,000, and it's going to be happening in July 2024. It's a live event. It's an on-site event, and you want to be part of this. Let me tell you, it's going to change your life. What you need to ask yourself is, what's the worst thing that will happen if you invested 150,000 to be with a room with 100 people where you learn how to sell, you learn how people are making millions, the panelists, the people that make billions in sales this year alone. They're going to be showing you how to do that. It's a very practical moment. I'm going to be showing you, taking you through the closing journey. I'm going to be showing you through all of this journey, how to handle objections, how to go to the investors and raise money from them. What are the pitch, how to make your pitch, how to get people to give you money. You don't want to miss this. What's the worst thing that will happen if you come? But have you ever thought about the worst thing that will happen if you don't show up? You will still be living in your struggle. You will still be thinking that the economy is against you. But let me tell you, the economy and your economy is not the same. The economy may be hard, but doesn't mean your economy should not be soft. Because you see, the best time to make money is when the economy is hard. And if you know how to make money when the economy is hard, you are going to be living in heaven when it looks as if everybody is in hell. Now, the point is, no matter the many issues that you have in your life, make sure that money is not one of the issues. Because if see, the lack of money multiply heavy issues. And the presence of money can help you to manage most issues. And so what happened to you, man? You want to jump into the class? People are registering every single day. And I can assure you of one thing, certainly, that the class is going to be sold out. But are you going to be part of the people that are going to be becoming the master in how to close a deal, how to generate the leads? I'm going to be showing you the psychology of lead generation. I'm going to be showing you the dark psychology of lead conversion. You are going to learn how to follow up the 7-star generals of following up on anyone and getting people to buy what you're selling. This is going to change your career. You see, the purpose of sales is not to sell. The purpose of selling is to build a business. So I'm going to show you how to be a salesperson that uses selling to build a business. Don't sell for selling's sake, sell to build a business. This is where you want to be. There is no better person on the planet right now to show you how to close a deal. There is no better person on the planet right now to show you how to move in this place. And I want to work with 100 people. 100 people are going to be sitting in a room with me for 2 days. And I'm bringing some other speakers, and you don't have to be just people in real estate. I'm going to be showing you how to use this model for any business you're doing. And in case you have salespeople that are working in your organization and you want them to become master closers, you want them to be able to have a system of closing deal, you want to sell them into this training. You want to invest this money. Let me tell you, some people are going to be fully certified to become a closer. And some of you will end up even working with me as a partner. Because the truth of the matter is, the moment you know how to close, life becomes an adventure. But if you don't know how to close a deal, life sucks. And most people, life sucks today because they look as if the economy is being passed on them. But no, you're the one that is not taking your personal economy seriously. It's called the mathematics of the rich. If you want to be in the class with me in the Closers Bootcamp 2024, all you need to do is to put it in the comment section. It's 150,000 naira program for 2 days. Okay, it's an on-site program. But you can spread your payment. It's going to be happening in July. You can pay it all right now. Some people have paid it all, or you can choose to pay it gradually. But I promise you one thing. This is not like any other program you have ever attended all your life. It's going to literally change everything for you, my friend. So you want to be there. Put it in the comment section, or you come into my inbox and just say closer. I will send you the account details. You make a deposit. I will send you the form where we can capture your details, and you start getting ready to be with me in July. There are going to be other speakers that are going to be joining me. But guess what? Every speaker that I bring to join me, there are people that are practitioners. They're not just speakers. I don't bring speakers to my training. I bring doers to my training. The people that do and teach are the people that you ever find in any of my trainings that I run. Because I'm not a teacher primarily. I'm a doer that teaches. So I only teach what I have done. And I only bring people that have done what they are teaching. And that is the goal. And if you really want to be heard by the hand and you want someone to show you the way, you want to be in my class, the Closeout Bootcamp 2024. It's 150,000 naira program. It's only going to take 100 people. The seat is selling out. And you can put in the comment section the closeout. You come into my DM and you can spread the payment before the date. And that's going to help you a whole lot. You see, this is how to work. You're going to be learning how to become a persuader in a short moment. And that is the deal. These are the mathematics of the rich. And what's the worst case scenario? What's your risk minimization strategy? Okay? Don't spend it all. Don't spend all that you make. To spend all that you make is to be romancing with foolishness. And a lot of people are literally romancing with foolishness by spending all the money that they generate. Stop doing that. It's a poverty habit. Okay, it's practically poverty habit. And that's good. I hope you learned something this morning. By the way, this morning, 9 a.m. Nigerian time, I'm going to be on a station called Niger FM. I'm going to be speaking about the economy. I'm going to be speaking about how to take charge of your own economy. And you want to join me? I'll be streaming live as well. You know, you want to join me, you want to listen to what I will be sharing, the questions that will be asking me. I think you don't want to miss that with me for no reason. Niger FM, you know, on radio. And I'm going to be live, you know, putting this video live out there. So you can hang out with me for 9 a.m. tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. Hope you've learned something today. If you truly learned something, please share this video. Share this video. This is Saturday. Remember what I said. Stop working for Friday. Stop working for weekend. Work for freedom and work for wealth. A lot of people are working for Friday. They're working for weekend. They're not working for freedom. They're not working for wealth. Remember that weekend is less than 150 years old. It's about 110, 120 years old. Somebody instituted weekend so that you can spend more money. But I hope you are making more money on weekends. Remember, God created a day, according to the story of the Bible, in 6 days, and the rest is 7 days. God created us in 6 days. What is creation? Creation, work is creating. And what is creating? Creating is doing things that can benefit other people apart from yourself. And that is how wealth also is get created. If you want to create wealth, it must not be about you alone. Other people must also be able to benefit from it. I hope this helped you this morning. And it's awesome. I'm always enjoying seeing you. And it's beautiful. Always connecting with you. Thank you very much for hanging today. If you have not followed me, there are many content that I have on YouTube. You can also watch my YouTube page. If you have not followed me on Facebook, followed me, press the press button on Tade Cash. It's going to help you a whole lot. And if you want to see my other side of the torch, if you're on Twitter, you can follow me on X at Tade Cash. It's also going to be awesome with you. There are many videos of mine on YouTube that can help you a whole lot. You can always go there and see what we have done to help you. And in case you are there as well, you would like to help me to coach you, to show you how to be my private coachings acquired on the I side. Not on the I side in terms of resort, you know, but you have to get it. A 1 hour with me is average of 2 million. And the point is, if you want me to show you how to be able to create your own life, you may just want to spend some VIP moments with me to literally transform your life. But the honest truth is this. You can also take some of the things I'm sharing with you. Because one-on-one with me may not be for everybody. But if you take what I share with you genuinely every time I come here, I share with you as if you're paying me. Because the truth is, I know that if you make it, other people through life will find bearing because of your own light. Because in your light, other people will find light. And this is Tade Cash, and I hope you are blessed this morning. I will see you again. Still blessed. Stay away from stress. Bye for now. I'll see you again. Bye.